morning, my second year UG students. I welcome you to the online teaching learning Moodle classroom. I am so happy to meet you through this online class. One side it is heartbreaking one. When we think about the world in which people are under stress due to this COVID-19. Government says stay safe, stay at home for our protection. At the same time, for the students like you, it is essential to build your future life. So education is very important for you. In this pandemic time, lockdown period, you and me are not possible to meet in the real classroom, but we can communicate through electronic devices. In this high-tech world, the communication is very easy because of the availability of the mobile computers, etc. So today we are going to study about the fiber optics, which comes under quantum physics. In 1870, John Tyndall, a British physicist, demonstrated that light can be guided along the curve of a stream of water. Going to total internal reflection of light gets confined to the water stream and the stream appears luminous. Hopkins and Happney developed the flexible fibroscope, which was used by the medical world to view the interior of the human body. It was Happney who coined the term fiber optics. The invention of solid-state lasers in 1970 made optical communications practicable. Optical sensors are other applications of fiber optics. First we will see what is a fiber optics. So fiber optics is nothing but a flexible transparent fiber made by drawing a glass or plastic material to a diameter. It is diameter slightly thicker than that of the human hair. Its diameter lies between 8 micrometer to 250 millimeter. Otherwise, we can define the fiber optics in another way also. It is a science and technology of information transfer by means of light through dielectric waveguides. So fiber optics is used to transmit the signals from one end to the another end in the form of light. This is the structure of optical fiber. So there are three components in the fiber optics. Center one is nothing but a core. Surrounding is nothing but a cladding. Over, in order to protect this core and cladding, there is a coating which is made up of a polymer. And in order to strengthen this whole setup, a strengthening member is used. Here core is nothing but it is made up of glass or a plastic one, and its diameter is 8 micrometer like that. So its refractive index is N1 means, so it is greater than the refractive index of the cladding because the core is used to transmit the light through it. Now the cladding's refractive index is N2, which is less than the refractive index of the core, so that cladding is used to confine the light within the core only. So core transmits the light from one end to the another. So what is the principle used in the light propagation through the fiber optics? It is nothing but total internal reflection. Now let us consider two medium. One is a denser medium, water, another is a air medium. This is a rarer medium. When a light travels from a water to air, so if the incident angle at the boundary is nothing but theta 1, then the light gets reflected away from the normal. Its refracted angle is nothing but theta 2. When we increase the angle of the incident ray, so what will happen? Just the refracted ray angle increases away from the normal. When the angle becomes theta c, that is nothing but a critical angle, now the light now travels along the boundary of the fiber. When you further increase the incident angle greater than theta c, so what happens means, here you see the light gets reflected inside the same medium, that is a water medium itself. This is called total internal reflection. This is the principle used in the propagation of light through fiber optics. This is a fiber optic communication system. So we are not going to deal now here, but what is this one left side? We are having a transmitter. So transmitter means inside this one that is a light source is used in order to produce the light. We are using a laser light, that is a coherent light for this communication purpose, and the light is now actually passed through the fiber optics. So fiber is now joined with the light source, and here the light is now passed through the fiber optics. So here the total internal reflection takes place. On the another end, the detector is now connected with the fiber optics. So the detector detects the photon which is incident on the detector. So PN diode we are using for the both the laser and then detector. So we can define the critical angle is like this. It is the angle of incidence of a light ray travelling from a denser medium to a rarer medium, for which the angle of refraction is 90 degree. So we can derive the critical angle formula using a Snell's law. You all know what is a Snell's law. It is a refractive index which is equal sin I by sin R. But here we are using a two medium, so we can write the same Snell's law as like this. That is refractive index of the one medium, denser medium N1 into sin theta 1, which is equals N2 into sin theta R. That is N2 is the refractive index of the rarer medium, that is a gladding medium, and theta R is nothing but a refracted angle. So now you know that from the previous slide. Here that is when the light ray now travels along the boundary, the angle between the normal and the light path is nothing but 90 degree. So we can write it as here for theta R is nothing but a 90 degree. The refracted angle is a 90 degree. So we can write it as N1 sin theta is equals N2, because sin of 90 degree equal to 1. So sin theta is equal to N2 by N1. So theta is equal to sin inverse of N2 by N1. This is the formula for the critical angle. The propagation of light through optical fiber. So like critical angle, the another important term is here, it is nothing but a acceptance angle. So critical angle is nothing but it is inside the fiber where the light touches the boundary between the core and the gladding. Acceptance angle is nothing but here this angle which is made between the axis of the fiber and the incident ray, that is nothing but a phi in the diagram. When the light ray now incidents at the that is enters the fiber at a core, it makes an angle phi, and it enters and it is refracted. The refracted angle is nothing but theta R. Now we can derive the formula for the acceptance angle. So what is an acceptance angle? It is nothing but the maximum angle that a light ray can have related to the axis of the fiber and propagate down the fiber. If the angle is greater than this phi, that is a maximum angle, means the light gets refracted inside that core and then inside the gladding, and it is nothing but a leakage ray. So no use of that particular ray, that is nothing but the signal is lost. So the acceptance angle is very important one. So we can derive the formula for the acceptance angle using a Snell's law also, that is N0 sin phi equal to N1 sin theta R, where N0 is nothing but a refractive index of the surrounding medium, and phi is nothing but a maximum angle or acceptance angle of the fiber. So N0 sin phi, which is equals N1 of sin theta R. What is theta R from the diagram? Theta R is nothing but 90 minus theta C. So it is the angle between the axis and the normal. So sin of 90 minus theta is nothing but a cos theta C. With the help of the mathematical formula cos square theta C plus sin square theta is equal to 1. We can write as what is cos theta C? It is nothing but square root of 1 minus sin square theta C. So just to simplify this one, N1 into, that is square root of 1 minus N2 squared by N1 squared. So sin phi, which is equals, you bring the N0 to the right hand side. So it becomes square root of N1 squared minus N2 squared divided by N0. This is nothing but a numerical aperture. What is a numerical aperture? It is nothing but a light gathering ability of the fiber, maximum light gathering ability of the fiber. The formula for numerical aperture is nothing but square root of n1 square minus n2 square by n0. If n0 is air, means n0 equal to 1. So it is simply you can write it as square root of n1 square minus n2 square. And what is the acceptance angle or maximum angle? Phi, which is equal to sine inverse of square root of n1 square minus n2 square divided by n0. So next one is the types of fiber. So based on the refractive index and modes of fiber and based on the material, we can just classify the fiber into three things. This based on the refractive index is classified into step index and then graded index. What is a step index? The name itself is step by step refractive index changes. That means from the previous slide, you can see here, from the axis towards the boundary of the core, that is towards the boundary, that is core cladding boundary, if the refractive index is a constant, that is nothing but we are using a material, that is SiO2 is the main material we are using in order to manufacture this fiber. So here if the refractive index of the core is a constant throughout the core, that means if the radial distance from the axis to the boundary, if the radial distance increases, if the refractive index of the core material is a constant, then it is known as step index fiber. If it is a graded index fiber, means from the axis towards the boundary, if the radial distance increases, step by step, layer by layer, we are decreasing the refractive index of the fiber material. So this is nothing but a graded index, gradually decreases. The refractive index gradually decreases. The same way here, there is another classification is nothing but modes of fiber. So based on the modes of fiber, we can classify as single mode and then multi-mode. Mode is nothing but the light ray path inside the fiber. Next one is nothing based on the material. That means the material which are used to manufacture the fiber. This nothing we can classify as glass material, glass plastic material, and then plastic material. Glass means the core is made up of glass and the cladding is also made up of glass. Both are made up of glass. This is used for long haul communication because the signal loss is very less. So that's why this is used for a long haul communication. The next one is a glass plastic one. That means core is made up of glass and cladding is made up of plastic. This is used for a short haul communication. Next one is a plastic. Both the core and cladding are made up of a plastic. This is a plastic material here. So we can classify in this way. Now this is a light propagation through a step index fiber. So step index means you know that the refractive index of the core is a constant. Throughout the fiber, the core, it is a constant. N1 is a constant and cladding, inside the cladding N2 is a constant. This is a step index, you know that. So here when a light ray now travels through the fiber, you see the step index means it is a reflective manner. The light ray now travels in this way. When it enters the core, within the acceptance angle, it gets refracted, and at the boundary, if it is equal to theta c or greater than theta c, the total internal reflection takes place. So it is in the reflective manner the light ray travels. The light propagation through a graded index fiber. So in a step index fiber, the light propagation is just like a reflective manner. Graded index fiber, you know what is a graded index? From the axis of the fiber to the core cladding boundary along the radial distance. So the layer by layer, the refractive index of the fiber decreases, gradually decreases. When a light ray enters from outside into the core, so the refraction takes place. The first layer is a maximum refractive index. The next layer, the refractive index decreases. So now what will happen from the first layer to second layer? If a light enters, it is refracted away from the normal. The next layer, it is away from the normal. It goes on like this. It's like a refractive manner. When the angle of this incident is greater than theta c, then what will happen? Total internal reflection takes place. So now the light travels just like a refractive manner inside the graded index fiber. So there is a great difference between the step index and the graded index fiber. So one can use this step index in a particular application and the graded index in the particular application, because there are so many advantages if you use a step index, so many disadvantages also. Like the same way, if we use a graded index, there are so many advantages, likewise some disadvantages. So far you know what is the fiber optics and what is the principle used in this fiber optics, and then what is an acceptance angle, what is the formula for the critical angle, acceptance angle and numerical aperture, and what are the types of the fiber, and what is the communication, fiber optic communication system, and the different 3 types of fiber, and what about the light propagation to the step index and also graded index fiber. So the other things, the modes, the other classifications of fiber, that is based on the material and based on the modes, we will see in the next class.